Sandy's Blasting Bronco is a prototype Intamin vertical LSM roller coaster located at Nickelodeon Universe at the American Dream Mall. It opened in October 2020, stands 85.3 feet tall, has 1,607.6 feet of track, reaches a top speed of only 47.8 miles per hour, and has 4 inversions. Sandy's Blasting Bronco may have a small footprint, but it does a lot with its layout. It has a strong LSM launch, pulls some good positive G-forces, offers some great hang time, and has a few whippy moments. It even has a cool trick up its sleeve, which enhances the overall ride experience. This is our full-length, in-depth review of Sandy's Blasting Bronco, and our comments about what you can expect when you go to Nickelodeon Universe at the American Dream Mall to ride this coaster. Now, let's blast into the review. Sandy's Blasting Bronco is a first-of-its-type launched roller coaster from Intamin. It is the company's only vertical LSM launched roller coaster. For those unfamiliar with this type of coaster, think of it as Intamin's version of a coaster like the premier ride Skyrocket 2 or the new Mach Rides launch roller coaster coming to Aqua Show Family Park in southern Portugal. Instead of traveling over a large area, these types of coasters occupy a smaller, narrower footprint, with most of the ride traveling vertically. While it was originally planned to open in 2019 with the rest of the park, Sandy's Blasting Bronco opened a year later because the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs needed to certify the ride for operation. Sandy's Blasting Bronco is located towards the very back of Nickelodeon Universe. You have to walk past nearly every ride in the park just to get to the ride. As you approach the ride, you will see Sandy's Blasting Bronco's large blue track structure. As you make your way to the queue entrance, you walk past Sandy's ride sign displaying the ride name. This ride sign looks nice with the image of a rocket and Patrick holding a wrench and Sandy holding blueprints. When you enter the queue, you will not see any theming. You will, however, hear some music fitting for a SpongeBob SquarePants episode. As you reach the ride platform, you will not see any theming, though you will see Sandy's Blasting Bronco's single 6-row 12-passenger train. This train has a cool rocket theme. It also looks like Intamin's older generation trains, like the ones on Fahrenheit at Hershey Park or Maverick at Cedar Point. Unlike Intamin's older trains, though, which have soft over-the-shoulder restraints, Sandy's Blasting Bronco's train has newer generation lap bar restraints. These are not like the new generation lap bars like the ones on newer Intamin LSM launch coasters like Pantheon or Tutatis, though. The closest thing to compare these restraints to is Skyrush's old restraints in terms of the general design. Once you have boarded the train, secured your lap bar restraints, and cleared dispatch, you wait for a few seconds before launching out of the station to begin your ride. As you go down the launch track, you fly up into the ride's first inversion, an Immelman, and this element pulls some good positive G-forces as you pull up into it. As you come off that Immelman, you pull up into the ride's second inversion, a second Immelman, which also pulls some good positive G-forces. As you come off that second Immelman, you get a nice pop of lateral airtime if you are sitting in the very back row. And the dive off the second Immelman is decently whippy, which is a nice surprise. You then fly upwards and into a hang time filled rollover, followed by a dive down into the brakes. You roll back into the station and come to a complete stop. Just when you think the ride is over, the train rotates to face the opposite direction. You hear a voice saying to hold on, and then you launch backwards into the ride's layout. This reverse launch is amazing, and you get some great positive G-forces as you pull up into that first Immelman completely backwards. You then fly up into that second Immelman. For those who were originally sitting in the front row, you get some nice lateral whip as you dive off that second Immelman. You then pull up into the rollover, which gives another great moment of hang time before diving down into the final brakes. You come to a complete stop in the station and rotate 180 degrees back to the train's original position to complete your ride. Sandy's Blasting Bronco is an incredibly unique roller coaster and one of Nickelodeon Universe American Dream's headlining coasters. This Intamin launch coaster has a very punchy initial launch, followed by a great mix of positive G-forces and lateral airtime. The dive off the second Immelman while sitting in the back row during the forward portion and while sitting in the initial front row during the backwards portion might be one of the best moments on the ride. While you also get a little bit of whip coming off the first Immelman, it does not compare to that whip coming off the second Immelman. It is just so good. Sandy's Blasting Bronco also has some nice hang time moments during the rollover. The fact that you only have a lap bar makes going through that element great. What makes Sandy's Blasting Bronco unique though is that turntable. It is awesome that you get to experience that initial launch backwards, which just throws you forward. And there is always something incredible about experiencing certain forces backwards, including lateral airtime. Aside from the ride elements themselves, Sandy's Blasting Bronco is a fairly intense ride, as it pulls some strong positive G-forces in the valleys in between the inversions. While it does have a slight shuffle as it travels throughout the layout, Sandy's Blasting Bronco is still a smooth and enjoyable ride. Aside from the ride experience, it is worth mentioning that Sandy's Blasting Bronco's placement in Nickelodeon Universe works quite well. While the ride does not have much theming, you can still get a slight under-the-sea vibe while sitting in the front row. The dark blue track and light blue supports, as well as the Sailor's music, help to somehow create that vibe. Sandy's Blasting Bronco is a great ride, though that is when it is open. One thing that stands out about Sandy's Blasting Bronco is its downtime. One can expect some downtime with a prototype roller coaster. Sandy's Blasting Bronco, however, has a lot of downtime. That amount of downtime might come from the fact that this roller coaster has a lot of moving parts ranging from the launch to its turntable. So if you are planning a trip to Nickelodeon Universe American Dream with the goal of riding Sandy's Blasting Bronco, first check the website to see if it is closed for maintenance. Second, the ride can have surprise moments of operation. If you are at the park and see it cycle, quickly make your way over to the ride so you can get your rides. You really can never know when it could spring back into operation. While this coaster may be compact, it packs a punch and is definitely a great ride. Sandy's Blasting Bronco is another shining example of intimate amusement rides pushing the boundaries. The initial launch is powerful, the inversions are forceful, there are a couple of whippy moments, and the hang time on the rollover is incredible, especially since the ride only has a lap bar. It truly is a great ride and a must ride at Nickelodeon Universe American Dream. For our final score, we give Sandy's Blasting Bronco an 8 out of 10. While it can be temperamental, its front row and back row rides definitely make Sandy's Blasting Bronco one of Nickelodeon Universe American Dream's headlining attractions. So, let us know in the comments below if you have ridden Sandy's Blasting Bronco at Nickelodeon Universe at the American Dream Mall, and if so, what you think about it. And if you enjoyed this video or are new to the channel, please like and subscribe for more coaster content like this. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more coaster reviews and amusement park content coming soon to Coaster Adventures, and we hope to see you in the next one.